Well, hi guys, welcome to the session. My name's Paul, this is Plan Z. Hopefully this finds you very well. So yeah, welcome to this session, the part 2 of the Plexi. We've got one patch that we're going to be focused on. We're going to hear different cabinets on this patch from GT1000 cabs. But we're going to start out by going to the output, where I want to show you what I've been up to. Now my sub out, think of this as being your main out. So if you're looking to achieve this, you want to do this to both your outputs if you're running in the regular mode. Now, if you remember from the session 1, in this patch, we've got the cabs unlinked. So the stereo link is off, and we're going to look at these again in a minute, but we need to start with the output EQ because I've made a change that I think's made a difference. So, bridge pickup, got the gain pot on about 7. Okay, so that's a nice GT1000 tone going on right there. And what's happening is I've taken the stereo link off for the EQ on the output, and here in the left side we're dealing with the ribbon 121, and the thing to notice is both sides are exactly the same with one difference. Right, so the things that are the same are the level has been bumped by 1, and when you do that it takes all the frequencies that have got to the output and brings them all up evenly. Yeah, so what I've done there is then drop the lows because I don't want all the lows coming with me, and then I've dropped the highs quite aggressively by 3. So remember, this is like a hinge EQ, this one. So this one's just rolling all the tops off. And then on the ribbon 121, I'm taking 1 dB of 3.15. And then when we go across to, and there's no high-low cut, it's happening in the patch. And then when we go across to where the 57 is, I'm doing exactly the same thing, except for this is now 4K. Rather than 3.15 and 1 dB, and I'm still taking, you know, the 3 off plus the 1 and the -1 there. Okay, so that combined with the EQ I covered with you in the first session is what I've changed. Okay, the only other thing I've changed is in the cabinet. When I've sorted those EQs out, what I found is, I don't know if you'll remember, but I dropped the level of the ribbon 121 like I do on the 2 notes, and actually I found that I don't need to. Now I've got the EQ straight. Really like how that's sounding. So let's now go, now that we understand what's going on there, let's recap the cabinet. So I've got the stereo link off, remember. We've got the 412.2, which is from the last update. Ribbon 121 here, we're on a medium distance. And this microphone's in the center of the cone on 100. Whereas the 57 is 3 centimeters off axis. Everything else is the same. All right? Let's just roll that gain pot back a bit. Okay, so actually let's put that back up. So now let's go to the original cabs, and let's go through a few different cabs and then just look at what we might want to adjust as we do this, because I feel like I've got my amp cooking. That's dialed in nice, I like that, but let's just see what flavors we can give it now. So really like the original, that sounds lovely. Let's try a 112, see how we get on. Ooh, hang on, let's bring that level back. So there's been a level jump. I'm going to bring that back immediately by 20. And you might say to me, Paul, why aren't you turning it down on the amp? Well, I know everything's balanced down here. The only thing I'm changing is the cabinet, and if it's too loud on my meter here, or too loud for me here in the headphones, I'm going to pull back the level as the first thing I do before I start changing EQs and this, that and the other. Let's just see how the different ones sound. So now let's go to a 212. Let's take that back to 100. So 212 now. Whoa. Let's pull that back. Now you see there, I feel like, hang on. Yeah, it's just about leveling it right and balancing that for your setup. So let's have a look at another one. The 212s, 112s will always be a bit harsher, I think. Let's go to 412. We'll get this back up on 100. That just wants to pull back a touch. Let's see what happens if we bring back some of the highs from the output. Going into that EQ, and what we'll do is just bring this up by 1. Okay, so just bringing that up by 1 on each of the outputs on the highs, for me, brings back the highs on these 212 and 412 standard stock IRs. Okay, so let's go back into the patch. That's actually quite a good tone. The other one might have been just a touch bright. We'll see in the playback on the video. So now we're going to the one that we started out with, which is from the last update. Yeah, that sounds nice. Let's try, what else we got? We got the orange in here. That'll be an EL34, won't it? So that might work. Yeah, orange is 4. So let's try the orange. What else have we got in here that might work on there? Do you know, you see, with the Mesa Boogies, they'll have done the 6L6 on both, I reckon. Maybe not on the... did they do... Hang on. No, I was hoping we had a BG combo, but we don't. So let's try the... We've got an 812s. Let's just pull this level back to start with. We might want to... Let's look at the highs. So what I want to do now is I just want to go back to that 412, sorry, the 812. I'm going to bring this level to 75. We went 80 first time round. Got to go back to the output. Increase those highs. There's a better balance for me on that. I quite like that. So yeah, liking what you can do here now that I've got the EQ set. This is now, I don't feel like I need to fiddle the amp so much. I can just balance my cab and leave it. So let's get back to 412.2. Just go on to 9 on the gain pot. Okay, now we know what the cabs can do. Let's, in the next part 3, we'll start fiddling around with the amp and changing the EQs and see what we can do with our amp now. Hopefully you found that insightful and enjoyed the session. Hopefully those Plexi sound good, or that Plexi. I'll catch you in a little bit. Take care. Bye-bye.